Welcome to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.
Hi, you're listening to the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. We have a great show today. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. I think everybody's going to enjoy the show today because we have two great guests. One's a big-time high school recruit, Elinus Noel III, a D-tackle nose guard from John Curtis High School in River Ridge, Louisiana. One of the best in the country, I think, as a nose guard, can really run. I've seen this kid play many times. You're going to enjoy the interview. And we also have an eighth grader, who's just this future baseball phenom player. He's 13 years old. Tyler Hughes from Red River, not even in high school yet. He's an eighth grader, hitting 425-foot home runs. Won the home run derby for the 13-year-old age group in the United States. Went to the Arizona Diamondbacks home run derby for the best players in the country and hit 27 home runs in Arizona Diamondback Stadium. Hit a 425-foot home run. 13 years old, Tyler Hughes. But we're gonna interview his dad, Timmy Hughes. Who's a just man, he's got to just be really, really proud of his son. Just 13 years old. I just can't imagine. You know, I couldn't hit a 300-foot home run when I was 18 years old. But this kid's going to be phenomenal. He's also a quarterback for the high school football team this coming year. He's going to be a freshman in high school. He's not even in high school yet. But let's go ahead and get into our first interview. We're going to go ahead and go to an interview Elinus Noel III, Big D tackle, big-time player from John Curtis High School.
It's time for the Recruit of the Week.
Hi, everyone. You're listening to the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. We have one of the great young football players in Louisiana for the 221 class. I think a very underrated defensive tackle / nose guard. Could play either one in college. I've seen this kid play since his freshman season at John Curtis High School. Elinus Noel III. Elinus, thank you for joining us today, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
I talked to you the other day, and I told you I've been watching you play over the last 3 years. You're going to be a 4-year starter, man. That's not something you see every day at John Curtis, to be a 4-year starter. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, I think it's a blessing to be a 4-year starter. I mean, it's all hard work that I had to put in to get that, and I'm very happy to accomplish that.
Elinus, every year, there's about 3 nose guards that come out of Louisiana, D tackles that can play nose, they're very rare. And as you know, you always have to be the anchor inside. You got to take on double and triple blocks, and you actually open up tackles for a lot of linebackers. And I see nose guards every year, but a lot of high schools don't have 300-pound nose guards. A lot of them have 200-pound nose guards, or 250 or 240 or 270. And you're 320, 315 right now, but I know you want to get back down to 300. But you're one of those anchor nose guards that can play right away at the next level, I think. And there's always a couple that come out every year. Tyler Shelvin at LSU. I saw Tyler when he came out of Northside. I know you probably know who Tyler is.
Yeah, I do. And,
there's always, remember Tanzel Smart at Tulane that came out of Scotlandville?
Yeah, the one that's playing for Rams now?
The Rams. I watched him at Scotlandville. You remind me of Tanzel Smart. Because Tanzel was right at 6'1". He was about 310 pounds coming out of high school. And people would tell me, man, he's not ranked. I'm like, don't worry about rankings. It's can you play or can you not play? And he goes to Tulane and starts 4 years and gets drafted high, and now he's still in the NFL this will be 4 years. And so, you throw the shot put in track almost 50 feet, 49.6. And I know that we talked about that. You're going to try and get it in the high 50s, which could win the state championship in that,
Yep.
And you had 47 tackles last year, 4 sacks. You know, in your whole career, did you ever look at what you have total on your tackles, in your sacks?
Oh yeah, my total career I had over 150 tackles with 17 sacks.
It's not bad for a guy 300 pounds plus, huh?
Yeah, that's not bad. That number definitely gonna go up though this senior year.
Now, last year at John Curtis, y'all had one of the best defensive lines in the state, and a lot of people didn't give you credit for that outside of New Orleans. And y'all had Angelo Anderson, who signed with Tulane.
Angelo Anderson.
And then Marquise Martin that signed with Southern, both 6'2". They're kind of identical, both 240, 245. And now you're coming back. You're going to be the leader. But what do you think of Angelo Anderson going to Tulane? We both agree that we think he'll play right away.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to play right away. I think he's going to sit in their defense perfectly. He's going to hold it down for him, and I feel like he's going to be great. He's going to also be a 4-year starter to me. And that's the same thing for Marquise. Marquise going to go into Southern, and then I know he's going to handle his business. And he's also going to be a 4-year starter, as how I feel.
I got a little trivia for you on Marquise.
Okay.
I watched him play at Jesuit. You probably don't think I know that. He was at Jesuit, I know, before he joined John Curtis. And he was a starter at Jesuit. So, you know, some kids leave and they're not starters, but he was a starter at Jesuit. In his sophomore year, I watched him play, big-time player. And then y'all got a underrated DB on your defense, Caleb Spain, that's going to be a 4-year starter. What do you think of Caleb?
Oh, Caleb is great. Caleb, you know, DBs and defensive tackles are best friends. You know, so when he's covering good, that gives me more time to go tackle the QB. And when I give a good rush, that gives him, you know, opportunity to, you know, pick the ball. So me and Spain have great chemistry. I think he's going to be great. And wherever he goes, he's going to be a 4-year starter too.
We're listening to
he's an underdog.
Yeah, man. We're listening to Elinus Noel III out of John Curtis, one of the top nose guards in Louisiana for the class of 2021. Elinus, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, and we're going to come right back.
All right.
Hello, Sports Scouting Report fans. Like what you hear? Well, you're going to love our content at LAFootballMagazine.com. This week, check out our 2 recruit spotlights. Our first recruit spotlight of the week is on Parkview Baptist quarterback Roman Muley, who has committed to the Air Force Falcons last week. Our second recruit spotlight of the week is on the Kentwood linebacker Jakevis Callahan, who is carrying on the number 7 jersey left by his brother, LSU wide receiver Trey Palmer. Also, make sure to check out our podcast put on Mondays and Fridays each and every week, as well as pre-order your North and South Football Magazine editions for this upcoming season. All that and more at LAFootballMagazine.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. We have Elinus Noel III, one of the top defensive tackles / nose guards in the state and I think in the country. Elinus, watching you play, I've seen you play at least 6 times over 4 years. Well, 3 years, going into 4 years, probably 7 times coming up. But you give high effort. And I don't see a lot of big guys always giving high effort on run plays. I mean, you're chasing ball carriers, you're rushing the passer, and you're taking on blocks. And I think that's what makes you special is that you can run and you can chase down the running backs. And
most definitely.
That's impressive, man. I mean, what does your coach tell you about talk about your D-line coach at John Curtis and what he teaches you? Because you can tell that your hand placement and your feet, you're always where you need to be.
Yeah, Coach Lance Rickman, he's the best defensive tackle coach in Louisiana, and I'll put that hands down. And what he teaches us, you know, is always to stay low and run fast, chase the ball. You know, all that practice, he tells us, make sure we chase the ball. You know, most defensive tackles, after the ball passed them up, it's over. They feel like the play is over. But Coach Lance doesn't believe in that. Coach Lance feels like we could do exactly what everybody else can do on the field. So we could chase the ball down. We could chase the quarterback down and all that. So, you know, that's one of the main things that he teaches us. And, you know, he's a great guy.
We talked off the air. We're listening to Elinus Noel III, D-tackle out of John Curtis, class of 221. Jacobian Guillory did a pretty good job. He's a guy similar to you that signed with LSU last year out of Alexandria. Did you ever have a chance to meet Jacobian?
Oh yeah, I met him during state for shot put.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a big guy from Acadia. He was real great. He was good. He was a cool guy too.
If you can think of anybody in the state, Elinus on the D line that you know that who you've met or seen or went against, any D tackles that you think is pretty good to you up there in your 221 class in Louisiana?
In the 2021 class?
Yeah, anybody?
Not as an interior defensive tackle. I know a few ends, like from Holy Cross, Barron Sornell.
Good player.
He's great.
Very good player.
He's a really good player. That's a good friend of mine from Holy Cross.
Yeah, Sorrell reminds me of your buddy Angelo Anderson.
Yeah, real big body, quick, quick off the ball, aggressive. Yeah, he reminds me of Angelo. He does.
Elinus,
yeah,
I think when you get to 300, you could even play some DN in a 3-4 in the right. Set.
Yeah, in some of our formations, our coaches told me that that's what I'm gonna be doing, especially if I get to 300, because of how quick I am already at 315. If I get to 300, I'm gonna be really explosive. So, that's one of the packages that we might get into, but I can't, speak on it right now.
Well, I know one thing. Tell everybody what you run the 40 in when you ride at 300. It'll blow people's mind. I mean, it's a fast 40.
Oh yeah, it's a fast 40 now.
You still running your 5 flat?
Yeah, I ran a 5 flat laser at the Nike opening camp.
Man,
last year. Yeah, so 5 flat.
You could probably run right into 4.9.
315.
Probably 4.89, huh? At 300, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
What do you think you need to work on? I mean, if anything, the safest spot you could play nose guard for any college team.
Yeah,
but
I could play nose guard for any college team. I could play 3-tech for any college team too.
Yeah, and so talk about college recruiting, Elinus, with the spring really not being there. I mean, I know y'all missed spring and you couldn't visit the colleges because of the virus.
Yeah.
What's your plan? And just tell people, regardless of who's offered you and who hasn't offered you, because it's still early now that the virus has affected more offers. I mean, it's affected a lot of kids. But what colleges did you grow up liking? And in the end, who would be the schools that you would like to see showing more interest in you?
Oh, well, number one, coming from Louisiana, LSU was always, a school that I always really liked. And they recruited me my freshman year. Still now, they're still recruiting me. But, I would like them to, look into me more.
Mm-hmm.
But not only them, also like OSU, Oklahoma State University, the Cowboys. That's a really nice school that I really would like to go to. But the offers that I have now are still great offers. But with this corona stuff happening, and like you said, spring was canceled, it was hard on us. And, so I had made like workout videos and stuff like that where people could see my footwork and how fast I was and that I'm not sitting around, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So letting people know that I'm busy, I'm working, I'm still grinding, and, yeah.
Tell everybody, you grind, you love the weight room. Tell everybody your max on your bench press. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, my max on my bench press is 360,
Damn.
and my max on my squat was 550, and max clean is 285, I think.
Man, I'm gonna tell you,
I think it's either 285 or 280.
You ever thinking, hey man, I can hit 4 before college in the bench?
Oh yeah, that's me and my dad got a little bet going on. He was like, if I get to 400 before I graduate, he can pay for my first tattoo. So, yeah.
Oh man, well you're not that far. I mean, that's a plate, couple of small plates, right?
Yeah, it's a couple of small plates, so it's something to get to.
Now you know what JT would tell you, Coach Curtis. Don't try and bench all of it at one time. Try and just do a bunch of 225s, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want you getting hurt and for the season or anything. But speaking of Coach JT, the legend, your head coach, one of the greatest coaches of all time in the country, broke every record. He's one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in current high school wins for a head coach in the United States.
Yeah.
What do you think of JT? I mean, he's a phenomenal person and a great coach.
Oh yeah, he's a great coach, great entrepreneur, great person to look up to. He taught us a lot of lessons in our life, and I mean in his high school career, and that's what you can get out of football. Football is not only a sport where you can get out and make it to college, but it's also an experience, to teach you how to become a man. And for those who don't have fathers in their life, a head coach can really do a lot. Now, I have a father in my life that taught me a lot, but, I'm just saying, JT really did his thing for, being that guy to look up to.
Elinus, I should have.
He's a great person, not only in football, but as a man.
Yeah, I really love him. He's always taken the time to see me, Elinus, when I've come by the school. And I got a story for you. One time I came to the school. This is about 10 years ago when Nick Saban was first hired at Alabama. And you know how it is in spring at John Curtis. In spring, y'all got 30, 40 coaches every day coming in there.
Oh, yeah, every day.
And they have to make appointments with JT. You know that. They can't just walk in. And so I had an appointment with JT at 10 in the morning to come to the school, and wait in the front office. And they had 9 coaches in the waiting room. And Nick Saban was one of them. And he said, "Come in the back, Lee." I said, "Coach, you got all these coaches out here." He said, "All right, that's okay." So I walked in the back and met with him. And I remember Jeff came in, Jeff Curtis, his son, and a few of the staff members. And we hung out. And I said, "Coach, we're running over." He said, "Man, I just need a break from these meetings with college coaches, Yeah,
Coach JT is highly respected.
And people don't realize he's probably spent half his day just meeting with college coaches,
Yep.
And then he's got to meet with all the, the kids like you on the team and get practice ready. And then, but that's a good thing, man. And, but, I think a lot of LSU fans will love to hear that you like LSU because there's a lot of LSU fans that listen to the show. And my favorite LSU signee ever from John Curtis, I don't know if you know this name from seeing him on the wall, Elinus, but Clarence LeBlanc. You remember that guy from DB?
Oh, yeah. I know him. He was great.
I thought he was the best player to ever go to LSU from John Curtis. He was one of the best safeties I've ever seen come out of John Curtis. He was 6'3", 210, ran a 4.5, and was an incredible player. But Elinus, any last things about your family and your mentors and the people that's been behind you through this whole process?
Oh, definitely. I'd say first God. He's the one that kept me going. I always pray every night, asking him for first forgiveness, but for him to help me. But also my mom and my dad, they also helped me throughout the journey. Helped me out working me, setting me up with trainers and stuff like that, making sure I eat right. Love and support, most definitely. And then like my grandparents, especially my grandpa, he taught me a few old school skills that I still use today. So, he's a great guy, I love my grandpa. And, just family, friends. They all helped me out through this journey. And they're the reason why I'm the man I am today.
Well put, Elinus. And look, I think highly of you. I think you've got the sky's the limit for you. Just keep working hard, man, because if you keep working hard, you can become great. And as soon as you stop working hard, you go backwards. You know that.
Yep.
So just keep working hard. That's what got you here, and I know you're going to be a great player. And in the end, you're going to sign with a Power 5 school. And we'll have some football this season. We just, once they announce it and when we start, and I think everybody can't wait for that day, this year. But, look, Elinus, thank you for the interview today, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
You're welcome. All right. Thank you.
Hold on. Don't hang up, and I'm going to talk to you right when we finish the show. But we'll be right back.
All right.
You listen to Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen.
Parents, are you looking for advice on getting your high school athlete recruited by the right college? Lee Brecheen is your answer. Lee has been doing it for over 30 years. He knows the ropes, and more importantly, he knows the people. Lee offers turnkey service from evaluation, creating highlight tapes in the correct format, and complete guidelines for effective communication with the schools. No matter the sport, girl or boy, no matter what grade your child is in, let Lee Brecheen help match your child to the right college fit. Go to our website, lafootballmagazine.com, and get connected today. It's time for the Human Touch.
Hi, everyone. You listen to the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. We've got a great guest today, and it's a great story. I have a father of a young man. His name is Tyler Hughes. He goes to Red River High School. Well, not yet. He's an 8th grader. He's 13 years old, will be at Red River High School this coming fall. But as an 8th grader, at 13, he hit a 425-foot home run in a major league ballpark, Arizona Diamondbacks, and he hit 27 home runs to win the home run derby of the event. We're going to interview his dad, Timmy Hughes. Timmy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Lee.
Look, I've got to, I want to thank John Brewer, who owns Red River Parish Journal. And I want to tell everybody that when they're finished hearing our show to go to his website, redriverparishjournal.com. John Brewer does a great job, and he told me about your son, and I knew about your son for football, but I didn't put one and one together because he's not on the team yet in high school. He's just an 8th grader,
Right.
And he's 13, and John said, you need to talk to his dad. John Brewer said, look, you need to talk to Timmy, and you need to talk to his parents because this kid is 13 years old. He's a phenom in baseball. And I follow baseball, and I know we got a lot of listeners that follow baseball, but tell everybody how your son was invited for the 13 age group, 13 years old, to go to Arizona to compete in this home run derby for kids all over the country, like the best in the United States.
Right. Yeah, we started playing when he was 10 years old, and we've seen a few different coaches and hitting took a few different hitting lessons, and he's they saw him a scout for Louisiana that's in North Louisiana, Peter Brazzaro. He actually coached Tyler a little bit, and we got he reached out to Brian Dominica and told him, hey, I got a kid that can really mash the ball, and from there Brian Dominica reached out for us. He's from over the Power Showcase amateur home run derby, and just wanted to see some video and highlights of it and visit with Tyler. And so he reached out to us and visited with Tyler and liked what he saw and had heard, checked the videos out, and next thing you know, we're invited to Phoenix, Arizona to represent Louisiana in the 13U Power Showcase home run derby.
And at Arizona Diamondbacks, their facility, their stadium. And
that's correct.
Timmy, what's incredible about this, I'm still shaking my head. It's just hard to believe. It's crazy, and I think it's great. Your son's 13 years old, and there's a ball machine that's almost 60 miles an hour. That's how they're hitting the ball, which is faster than what a pitching coach will pitch to a MLB guy for the home run derby. And your son's 13 years old, and he hits a 425-foot home run, and he wins that for the longest home run in the event. He wins the most home runs, 27 home runs. Now this is Arizona, people, Diamondback Stadium. The most in a row, he wins that category with 5 in a row. Your son brought home 3 category wins for the 13-year-old age group and the longest home run in the event. You got to be like the proudest dad on the planet, and you're thinking, wow, my kid's not even in high school yet.
Right. Yeah, he has set the bar high for himself going on, into the high school ranks here. And, well, he's truly blessed, and we can't wait to see, where he's headed. And he puts in a lot of hard work, and we are very proud of him. There's no doubt.
All right, I've been going to LSU baseball games, Timmy, for a long time, going back to when Skip Bertman was first hired, the great Hall of Fame Skip Bertman. And I've only seen 5 LSU baseball players hit 425-foot home runs. 5 at the old Alex box and the new one. Your son at 13 hit one 425. I know it was 60 miles an hour, but still, 13 years old and hits 27 home runs in a major league stadium. And he's a catcher, you told me. He can pitch. He can play a little right field, but he's also a quarterback. He's going to compete at Red River High School. I did know that. He's going to be an incoming freshman competing for John Bachman, his head coach at quarterback. And here's also what's good. Your son, you said, is 6 foot tall, over 190 pounds. And what I'm thinking, I hate to compare, but I know you follow baseball as a dad. But you remember when they were writing about Bryce Harper in Sports Illustrated when Bryce was an 8th grader coming out of Vegas?
I do.
And Bryce was like 6 foot, 190, 13 years old, hitting 425-foot home runs at 13. And now Bryce is 6'3", 220. And what he has, 500 career home runs now. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying, but it's just there aren't a lot of kids at this age doing this. And you already said you've heard from about 30 scouts already, and your son's just an 8th grader.
That's right. Well, they was every team it was major league was represented by a scout there at Phoenix. So that they were saying, all the kids were seen and talked to and given a major league recruiting field day there that Friday before the competition started, and it was a good experience for them. They kind of got the pro style workout, and a little more history is what's ironic is Bryce Harper actually competed and won his deal when he was in the Power Showcase at this same. I'm not sure where the venue was, but it was the same amateur home run derby.
Do you remember if he hit one about the same distance? Do you remember by chance?
I do not remember what it was. I'll have to look it up and see.
But we're talking to Timmy Hughes, dad of Tyler Hughes, a 8th grader phenom in baseball that hit a 425-foot home run in Arizona Diamondbacks Stadium, the MLB Stadium, and hit 27 home runs to win his 13-year-old division age group in the United States. The same derby that Bryce Harper was in when he was an 8th grader, like Timmy Hughes said. And look, I got to mention this, and I know we're 4 years away, but as a dad and as a dad of a kid and you knowing your son, did y'all grow up any particular baseball school fan in college? Is LSU on the radar if he wouldn't go pro? I mean, what do you think of LSU?
We like LSU. He has talked about it. That'll be up to his decision. Even though his mother and I kind of encourage him in different ways, but the best is where he has the best opportunity and can play. But yes, he has made remarks that he'd like to play at a D1 facility, and top of the list is LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas, some of those. The SEC.
What is there anybody in the family, Timmy, that's went on to play college baseball or was real good in high school? Is he going to be the first, or were you a good baseball player?
As far as baseball, he'll be the first. His mother played college basketball at Northwestern, and her father also played football at Northwestern, and then went along and was drafted and played tight end in '68 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, there's a little history there, man. There's some athletic talent in the family, and there's height in the family too. And so
That's right.
So he's got a chance to be like Bryce Harper. He's got a chance to be 6'2", 3 or 4 when he's done.
Yes, sir. He does.
And
sky's the limit for him.
And he loves football too, huh?
He does love football as well. Yes, sir.
How far can he throw a football? I know he can hit a home run 425, but what can he do? And can he throw a football 60 yards?
We've been working out with a guy named Jeff Harper with
Gunslingers.
Gunslinger. And Jeff's clocked him at about 45 and 47 miles an hour throwing a high school football, and he can throw it about He throws it from 60 to 63 yards.
What?
Right now, high school football.
As an 8th grader?
Yes, sir. As an 8th grader.
Timmy, y'all going to have some decisions to make in 4 years.
That's what's concerning. But most recruits or people that you talk to, coaches, everything you look at, they don't. If they're recruiting you for baseball, they ask you what other sports you play. Football's the same way. They love dual sport athletes.
Yeah.
So we keep pushing him and keep telling him that and making him work hard. And like I said, it complements, both sports complement each other.
Well, Timmy, I got to ask you this. When you're sitting in Diamondback Stadium in Arizona, the MLB park, a really big park, and your son's at bat, and you're watching this derby as a dad, and that ball comes out of that ball machine at 60 miles an hour, and your son hits it 425 feet, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, oh, God, how many times can he do this, The first time he hit one out was in that Friday at Pro Scout preliminary round, and he actually hit out of the stadium at 373 in left field, and I'm like, wow, you never expected him to actually to hit one that far, but once that Saturday got here and he got that first one out and he got in a rhythm, he beat the ball.
I'll tell you what. At 13 years old, he hit 425 feet, Tyler Hughes. 8th grader, 13 years old. Your son, Timmy, he's got a great chance to do 500 feet, 515, one day.
That's right.
And that's what dead center, New York Yankee Stadium, I think, is you could maybe get out of in Wrigley Field, it's out of the park at about 430. I think it's out of the whole stadium. And most stadiums, you're out of the park at 500 feet, or you're in the parking lot hitting someone's windshield, right?
That's right. We're excited.
Yeah. How do you keep everything kind of like at bay? Because he's only 13, and you got 4 years of high school. He's not even in high school yet. I've been in this almost 30 years in sports, but you got to just keep it kind of at bay here because it's just, a lot of people are coming at you like left and right at 13 years old, your son.
We keep it real for him, and we tell him, that he's got a talent. God has blessed him, but he has to continue to work. Never stop working because out there's somebody bigger, stronger, and better. And if you open that door and don't keep your drive, then you're going to get behind. So he believes in that, and he listens for the most part as a 13-year-old now 14. Right. So but he and he wants it. That's the thing. We've always told him if this is not fun for you anymore, then we won't do this. We're not one of those parents that just this is what you got to do, because we want him to enjoy it, and it's for him.
He just happens to have a gift.
That's correct.
He just letting him. He's just got it at a young age. Some people have that, and we're listening to Timmy Hughes, father of the 13-year-old Phenom baseball player Tyler Hughes, who will be going to Red River High School as a freshman this coming fall. He's only an 8th grader. Hit a 425-foot home run. Hit 27 home runs to win the home run derby division at the age of 13 in Arizona Diamondbacks, and also three categories. Also hit 5 home runs in a row, which won that category, and also the longest home run. And I want to thank John Brewer, who I know has become a friend of yours, has really done a good job of getting this out with the RedRiverParishJournal.com. So if people want to read the story and see your pictures of Tyler and you, Timmy, and your wife, and it has all the pictures of when y'all were in Arizona, but John Brewer has that on his website, RedRiverParishJournal.com. John covers Riverdale High School, Red River. And I'm glad he looked me up, man. I'm glad he said, Lee, you need to talk to the dad. I'm glad we were able to talk,
Yeah. John does a real good job. And hopefully we've been invited back to the new Arlington Stadium for the Rangers in this fall for the 5th annual National Power Showcase Home Run Derby. So we'll be doing it again late this fall and representing the state of Louisiana for the 14-UO. And hopefully, he can compete and bring home the trophy there as well, and put keep Louisiana on the map and let everybody know, hey, there's some athletes in Louisiana. We better watch these guys.
That's right. Timmy, who's got the biggest stadium, Arizona Diamondbacks or the Arlington Stadium? Is it about the same size?
I think it's about the same size. I'm not sure, but it's going to be awesome because it's a brand new venue, just built. They ain't even had a chance to play a major league game in it yet. So with a retractable roof, it's going to be nice for the kids to be able to go and break it in and hopefully hit dingers, in that stadium.
And what I like too, y'all are very loyal to Red River. Because, you're already gearing up to play football at Red River High School. And I know John Bachman's a real good coach. He coached Shea Patterson at Calvary Baptist and Greedy Williams and Rodarius Williams, Oklahoma State. He had a lot of good players at Calvary Baptist, huh, Timmy?
Yes, he has. And we're very excited of having him as a coach. He's been there, I think, 3 years now. And Tyler's very excited to play for him and his staff. And we just look forward to it. He's a great guy. Great on the field and off the field. Somebody you want your kids to look up to and to be coached by. And we're just excited about the opportunity. And yes, we're very devoted to Red River and excited for the future for Red River. A little quick note. We got my wife. She's superintendent. She got a deal passed where brand new turf football field got built brand new baseball, softball turf fields that we didn't even have. We didn't even have a baseball and softball field. So the public and Red River Parish got out, voted, and supports the parish and school system. And Red River's really looking up, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Hey, that's big news, Timmy. That's huge. And
that is. It's awesome.
I've been to Red River. I remember when Benny Logan was a junior, watching Benny, and Benny went on, as you know, to LSU and the Philadelphia Eagles and played in the NFL a long time. And I know he's helped the program out. I think he's even they said he's even donated Thanksgiving like 200 or 300 turkeys every year for the community. And he's bought equipment for the football team too, I think.
Yes, Benny has sent the football team to camps. He's put camps on for the younger kids. He hadn't forgot where he come from. Benny is a great guy. Love Benny to death. Don't know what we'd do without him. Very proud to say that he's a native of Red River Parish, and look forward to every time he comes back home, getting to catch up and visit and see him. He just puts a smile on your face.
Hey, who knows, Timmy? 4 years from now, your son could be D1 in 2 sports, and Benny Logan might be recruiting him from LSU, huh?
Exactly. That's what we're shooting for,
Timmy, look, best of luck to you, and tell everybody the date of the Derby this fall in Arlington. Hopefully it'll happen, but what's the date of that?
I believe it's November the 5th through the 9th.
Okay, November the 5th. So we're talking 4 days of this. And,
that's correct.
And what's different about the 4 days? Is it just they continue the second day of like the semis and it starts out everybody, or
the first day is all scouts. There'll be another scout day where you do a live scout workout, major league style, in front of these guys, and they test your run, your positions, and then your hitting ability, and they see you, they interact with you. And if you have any questions about what it takes to make it to the majors or anything like that, the kids can go and talk to these guys and really, figure out what it is that it takes to make it. And then the second day you start your preliminary round, and then you go in, and if you're lucky, the top 3 make it to the finals, and you go from there on Sunday.
It's a heck of a week, huh, Timmy?
Yes, sir.
And y'all get to visit all these great cities, man, like Arizona and Arlington, Texas, and it's just great to get away and and see the country, this great country we got in the United States. Timmy, good luck to you. Good luck to Tyler Hughes, your son. A great future ahead. He's got 4 years of high school coming up in baseball and football. And thanks for taking the time to join us today. We enjoyed it.
Thank you, Lee, and I appreciate you. And hopefully you'll be visiting with Tyler himself and pushing him more and really getting the story from him and what he's done when he gets to be a senior and where he's going.
Yeah, and you told me when I first talked to you, I didn't know you, but you said you've been watching our TV show up in Shreveport, and I appreciate you watching our show.
That's correct. You bet.
Timmy, to have a great one, and look, don't hang up. We'll be right back. You listen to Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen.
Hello, Sports Scouting Report fans. Like what you hear? Well, you're going to love our content at LAFootballMagazine.com. This week, check out our 2 recruit spotlights. Our first recruit spotlight of the week is on Parkview Baptist quarterback Roman Mule, who has committed to the Air Force Falcons last week. Our second recruit spotlight of the week is on the Kentwood linebacker Jakevis Callahan, who is carrying on the number 7 jersey left by his brother, LSU wide receiver Trey Palmer. Also, make sure to check out our podcast put on Mondays and Fridays each and every week, as well as pre-order your North and South Football Magazine editions for this upcoming season. All that and more at LAFootballMagazine.com. Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen. If you want to read more on Elinus Noel, the John Curtis Patriots, and the rest of the high school and college teams in the state of Louisiana, go to LAFootballMagazine.com to pre-order your North or South Magazine edition for the upcoming 2020 season. Also, don't forget to subscribe to whoever you like or listen to your podcasts. We hope you enjoy the show, and we will see you on Friday.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.